This is Shannon Bryant, Virtual and Blended Learning Coordinator for Keller ISD. And in this short video, I'm going to demonstrate how to use the wonderful math strategy Speak, Listen, Draw in Nearpod. So here's what the strategy is if you were doing it face-to-face. You would project these graphs one at a time on the board. But before doing that, you want to pair up your kids so that they are facing each other and one has their back to the board and one can see the board. They each need to have, the person that has their back to the board is going to have a graph paper, and the person that is facing the board can have nothing. They cannot use their hand gestures or anything like that. Then the person that is can see the board is going to give clues to try to get the person drawing to draw that graph. Okay, and they've got two different graphs to use because they would switch roles after doing it once. And you can use just about any image here. Graphs are great for math, of course. So I turned that into a little Nearpod, and we're going to take a look at it. I'm going to open up the student view and teacher view, so they're side by side for you. And I'm going to use the live participation link. I think this works much better in live participation, but I'll talk to you about how you can do this asynchronously. So I'm going to get the link and open up the student view over here. So you'll be able to see a student on the right and teacher on the left. All right. So I do want to point out some new features in Nearpod. I've been doing this with all my videos. Down here, you have a pen, so now the teacher can write on their board and the students can see what they're writing on their board. Kind of cool. They didn't have that before, and I love it. So I have an audio recording on this next slide. So anytime you have audio and video, Nearpod's going to ask, do you want it to play on this device only? That means teacher control, or all students' devices. Now, it's just up to you what you're comfortable with. If I was doing all face-to-face, I would do this device only. But if I have remote students, I would want them to mute themselves and listen to them on their own. It just seems to work a little bit better. Now, if you have both, if you're co-seating, then it's up to you. If you do the all devices, just ask that your kids that are face-to-face bring their earbuds, or you could, I guess you could go ahead and play it from your device only still. Okay, I'm going to put all devices. So you can tell this is a draw tool. I gave students a blank board, but I recorded myself giving them verbal descriptions so they would listen to this. And you can see how that's going to go. I'm not going to make you listen to the whole thing. And the students would try to draw that out. And then teachers, of course, would be able to see over here while students are drawing. So I'm going to draw a little bit of something so you can see what that looks like. And they can take pictures and snip and put those in. What's cool about the draw tool, it's my favorite tool, you can click on it and see students' work, and students don't know that you're looking at their work, so you can see your whole class on this board and make it bigger to look at them. And then you can also share anything as long as the kids submitted. So sometimes if I want to share a board, I'll say, call out the kid's name and just say, can you submit your board? I want to show it. I can also hide the student names and have everybody submit their boards if I want to show something that is incorrect and I don't want anyone to be embarrassed. But there is some value in having the kids describe the graph and somebody else drawing. So we're going to flip it by I draw after kids explain theirs in a minute, but not yet. Because I need to reveal the correct answer so they can see how close they got. And then I might also want to take this time to see if they know all the vocabulary words that I used in my description. So I would give them a chance to label these on their graph, see if what they can remember, what they don't remember, they wouldn't put on there. And, I already see a typo. I'll fix that, I promise. And then You could use this slide to label. So after you've seen them do it, if there's new vocabulary in there, you could use this slide to label on it for them. And if you don't want to have to use the mouse, you can always use the text box. Easy peasy. So then you have a little whiteboard for instruction. And I just cannot say how much I love that. Okay, now you want the students to take their time to record their description using the words that you have there. So yeah, you already know what the graph's supposed to look like, and they get that. But it's really about, can they describe that graph? Can they use those vocabulary words correctly? So they'll record their audio here and then submit it, and you'll get a list of all your students and what they recorded. Now, you could pick different recordings and have all of the students listen and say, would you get the correct drawing? Try to draw this one. I didn't put that on the next screen because you could have them do it on their notebook paper. Maybe add a collaboration tool after this where they can take a snapshot of their drawing and upload it for everybody to see. Or you could, on the last slide, try to draw it using what you heard them use, and they would be able to see your drawing. That, remember, is just clicking this pen. I hope you've enjoyed using Speak, Listen, Draw in Nearpod. Thank you.